this season there's been a lot of big moments, a lot of incredible games, but I do want to bring up the one that happened earlier this week, the Virginia game. Tough matchup. Defense was the name of the game. Premium. Scoring was hard to come by. Like, can you kind of walk me through what that game was like?
That's a real discipline game, you know. Obviously defense, but like you have to do all the things right, whether it's not turning the ball over, you know, executing, making sure you're making the right defensive plays, and like going through or following all the concepts that the coaches give you, and focusing on that. I feel like that was one of those games. It was a real detail focused game, and if you aren't locked into that, you're gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah. So do you think because the discipline was the name of the game, do you think that's part of the reason why that game was a tough one to be in? Because it's not just running up and down, scoring. It's a lot more focus on each possession, half court type of offense.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Brownell even said it in the press conference. I'm not sure what he said. I didn't watch it, but it's a lot different from obviously last game we played NC State, which is more of a free up and down game, and these guards are completely opposite from each other. You know, NC State, you got players taking step back threes, you know, taking you 1-on-1, trying to score every time. Whereas you got Virginia, that's a real disciplined team that's going to try to get layups every time, you know, make the right plays, make the open play, things like that.
Was it surprising to go from having two 90-point games to then, you know, I believe it was 50, 57? Was that hard? Was that just like a crazy transition?
No, it was more of expected, honestly, because, you know, when you play Virginia, it's more of a slow-paced game, and it's a lot less possessions. So knowing things like that, knowing you're not going to score as much, that's going to help you. And that also helps you know you have to value every possession, whether it's offense or defense. You got to make sure you have a good possession every time.